Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you are tired of inheriting other people's karma, then this message is definitely for you. Take a moment to ask yourself if you have been supporting or enabling the people around you who are suffering. See, supporting someone is helping them do something that they could do themselves in the right conditions, while enabling someone is stepping in and mitigating consequences that would otherwise be a result of negative choices. At what point does supporting become enabling? Well, I'm glad you asked. Supporting someone becomes enabling them when you diminish their responsibility by not allowing them to experience the natural consequences of their behavior. True support allows someone to gain further responsibility, whereas enabling takes away pain in the short term, making a problem worse in the long term. Okay, now that we've made it this far in the video, let's take a look at what it means to be responsible. Simply put, responsibility is the ability to respond and requires a response proportional to the problem while adapting to obstacles as they arise. However, it's responding in a way not paralyzed by fear, anxiety, or procrastination, but from a state of preparedness. Responsibility requires planning and consists of accepting uncertainty, knowing that you will do what you can control while letting go of the things you cannot. So, why is responsibility important, you ask? Well, responsibility is important because it provides a sense of purpose, in addition to building resilience amidst adversity on an individual and societal level. So, now that we know the difference between being supportive versus being an enabler and why responsibility is important, it's time for an illustrative tiger metaphor to drive these ideas home. Imagine you invited a tiger cub into your home. It's cute, cuddly, and harmless. You notice it begins to purr loudly, and the only way you can make it stop is to feed it red meat. Over the months and years, you keep doing this, but the tiger is now several hundred pounds, requiring whole sides of beef. Rather than a cute purr, the tiger roars ferociously for its meat. You are terrified, so you keep giving him the meat so he will leave you alone. The more you feed it, the larger it gets, and the more trapped you become. Supporting the tiger by keeping it fed keeps it quiet in the short term, but you soon realize you are only enabling its growth. Eventually becoming trapped with a huge roaring tiger, you begin to feel like you have no choice but to support it. You probably noticed by now, this is not really about tigers. It's about your relationship to other people who require your support. Support comes from a place of firm, healthy boundaries, encouraging the other person to take further responsibility, allowing for long term growth. Enabling comes from a place of weak personal boundaries, encouraging the other person to continue sidestepping responsibility, preventing long term growth. Ultimately, by allowing other people to learn to hold themselves up, you are giving them one of the greatest gifts that can be given. Enabling keeps a person dependent on you, and although enabling fuels underlying resentment in the enabler, both parties in a codependent relationship are dependent on one another. The enabler needs the person they are enabling to stay in the need of help to artificially fulfill their need of being needed. To recap, true support is collaborative and compassionate, but also careful. It comes from a place of genuine giving while maintaining personal boundaries. It helps the other person build strength to support themselves, fueling a sense of purpose, responsibility, and motivation for long term change. With that being said, I hope that this message resonated with you. Feel free to like, comment, save, and share this video. Thank you for tuning in, and I love you. Peace.